welcome everybody to tonight's workshop. 10 ways for us to help us help you.
Yeah.
Shira's here to help. I love having Shira here to help because, of course, you know, you're getting me, the doctor's version of what's going on, but Shira's been a patient since she's very young. She's not only has she gotten adjusted, her family's got adjusted, and now she also works here, so she has not only the patient's perspective for herself, but she sees a lot of what's going on with different people. And you know, when she was in school, when she was younger, she used to do papers on chiropractic. She was always very into it. So I love that she can be up here sharing her perspective as well. So thank you, Shira, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. All right. So 10 ways to help us help you. All right. So the first question is, why do we need your help? If we have 10 ways for you to help us help you, why do we need your help? What is that all about? Why can't we just do it?
Well, what do we do here?
Well, before we say what we do here, well, we know what we do here. You get adjusted here, but why can't that be enough? Why isn't that enough?
You need the feedback.
I need feedback. What else do I need from you?
Follow-up instruction.
Yeah, if you don't, see, the subluxations that you came in with, you caused. I didn't. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't even know you. So if I don't educate you on what you need to be doing out of the office, and think about the amount of time you spend out of the office as opposed to the amount of time you spend in the office. You're in and out quickly. But if there's 24 hours in a day and you're here for 10 minutes of that, that's 23 hours and 50 minutes that you're out screwing up your spines, right? So there's got to be participation on your part. You know, I talk to people about stress a lot. If you are stressed, if you hate your job, think about this, and you come in and you get adjusted and you walk out and you're like, oh God, I feel great. And then you go back to your job and you're like this. Is anything going to stick? Is anything going to help? If you're a stomach sleeper and you come in and you get adjusted and we align your spine and you go home and you sleep on your stomach and you turn your head all night, is that going to hold? Is that going to stick? So there are things that you need to do in order to supplement and support the adjustments that we're giving you.
And that's kind of what the workshops are. I'm saying we spend all year giving tips about how to do that. And this is just an extremely condensed version with very little information in it. I mean, it has a lot of information, but if you come to each workshop, you'll get a half an hour on one way you can really help yourself.
Yeah, exactly. These 10 ways, these are all the things that we cover here in the office. And obviously we can't go through each one in depth tonight, but this gives you a really good idea of all the different topics that we go through in the workshops. Well said.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So now, you see the number 10 in the corner?
It's on your sheet also.
Yeah. But you see the number 10 in the corner? You guys see that up there? So your job is every time you see a number like that, I want you to say 10.
Wait a second, we're going to go back.
So that they can practice?
Yeah, ready?
10.
Nice.
Perfect. All right. So number 10 is remain hopeful. We're counting down. You get that? We're starting at 10 and we're counting down. Remain hopeful. This is a process, okay? People come in and there's 3 things that are going to happen when you first get adjusted. And there's only 3 things that can happen. Number 1, you can get off the table and you can feel immediately better.
We have people who dance out of here.
We do.
They come in limping and they dance out.
They dance out. After one adjustment, they're like, holy moly, miracle, I feel fantastic. There are other people that come in and they feel the same for a while. That's the second thing that can happen. The third thing that can happen is you can actually feel worse before you start getting better. And those are the only 3 things that can happen. But the problem is when you get off the table and you feel great, you think, I'm healed. And you're certainly not, because your x-rays haven't changed at all. Your spinal alignment hasn't changed at all. When you come in with decades of problems that we're trying to undo, and that takes time. So regardless of whether you feel great, regardless of whether you stay the same for a while, regardless of whether you get worse before you get better, Everybody goes through that process, and you have to understand that and remain hopeful. Can you attest to that with your neck and what went on with you? Is there a period where you got a little bit worse before you got better?
Right.
It happens. When you're realigning a spine, it's restructuring your body. It's no shock if you walk out of here feeling like you got hit by a truck sometimes. Okay? Has anybody ever gone to the gym and gone out feeling like, ugh, miserable? It happens. Does that mean it's unhealthy to go to the gym? Has anybody ever stopped drinking coffee and got that caffeine withdrawal headache? Does that mean it's a bad thing to stop drinking coffee? Okay? So stick with it and remain hopeful. It's a long process, and that's why we don't even start with recommending less than 6 months. All right?
9.
Nice.
Attend to spiritual matters. Now, it is not my place to tell you to believe in God, not believe in God. I don't really care what you believe in. That's your choice. But there is a lot to be said about having faith in something. Okay? And, you know, for me personally, and you can go further into this one if you want, but for me personally, when things are stressing me out and I can take a step back and say, I'm just going to have faith that everything's going to work out. I can say a little prayer, I can take my deep breaths, and I certainly feel a lot better. And again, if you want to expand on this one, go for it.
Honestly, if I was going to expand on it, I would go in an interesting way because I'm volunteering in a psychiatric day program. So I've been to a couple 12-step programs, and when I went, one of the groups at the time, they were talking about this, which is letting go and let God. And they're saying even if it's just a chair, even if it's just something, it's just knowing that you're not in control and you just gotta let what happens happen. So here's something that we can do to control what we can, but other than that, it just if you let go of the responsibility, then it just helps you feel better faster.
Absolutely. And so again, this is not a religious, area. We obviously have a lot of different people of different backgrounds coming in here, and however you choose to attend to your spiritual matters, that's your business, but attend to them, because it really allows you to go, everything's going to be okay. Okay? Get ready, because she's about to advance.
Ready?
Hey,
there you go.
All right, so reduce emotional stress. Like I was saying before, if you leave here and you go to your job and you're just as stressed, are you going to get any better? If you're going back to a bad marriage, a bad relationship, if you're, whatever it is, if you're walking out of this office and nothing's changing in your life that caused your subluxations to begin with, you're going right back. You're going to depend on me forever. We're going to get together. We're going to get along very well for a very long time. I'm okay with that. But think about it. And I learned a really good lesson this week from a personal experience that I had that I'd love to share with you guys. My grandmother, who's 95 years old, was just diagnosed with pelvic cancer. It's basically all over. It's spread all over. So they had to tell her, this is it. And true to form, my grandmother said, you know what? I wasn't really ready to go, but I guess it's my time. So she invited all of her friends over, and every day she says to my mother, we're going to need more chairs. And every day that she has, she's telling people what they mean to her, and she's celebrating. And she's like, I had such a good life. I had such a good life. I have such good children. And, it dawned on me that she can take the biggest thing in life that we have to deal with and be like, okay, party time. Now, I'm sitting here with all these little things that come up during the day, and I'm saying, whoa, wait a second. This woman's dealing with the biggest stress of all and having a party. I'm not letting any of this bother me. And to top it off, if you guys come to our stress workshop, you are going to see exactly what unfolds in the body when you're stressed. My grandmother, because she's not stressing over it, she's extending her life. She's taking whatever time she has left and making more of it. And when you see what stress does in the body, the chemical reactions, how it's released, how it forms disease processes, you will understand that, that guy that just cut you off on the street, that we can go, "Arr!" or we can go, "Oh, well, I guess he's in a rush." It's our choice. And when you realize how it affects us, I promise you'll make the right choice. Okay, so the stress workshop that we have is definitely one that you don't want to miss.
Yeah, and there's two things. First of all, in high school, I remember we discussed a lot about how everything that happens around you is only 10% of the situation. The other 90% is how you react. And it's really, you create the situation, you make everything. And also, I never really I knew this, and I knew I got a little tense if I was stressed. But then in college one day something was really getting me down, and I was like exactly like this, and I was like, shoot, I should straighten up. And I was like, I really can't sit straight. I just can't. And I was like, wow. I was like, emotionally, I just couldn't stand straight. I couldn't sit straight, and I was like, that was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So it really, you can notice it in your own body.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. One of the things you can do when you start to feel stressed, somebody once taught me a long time ago, is lift your chin up a little bit, put your shoulders back, and it's almost like you have to smile. You can't be in a bad mood when you do that. But she's right. When you're stressed, we go like this, and we just come into ourselves. So posture, mimic the posture that you want, the emotional state that you want.
Ready?
7.
Adopt healthier habits. Media fasts, posture checks, motivational books, driving exercises. Media fast, what's that all about? Please don't watch the news before you go to bed. Please stay away from that. There's nothing ever uplifting on the news. If you're driving in the car, don't listen to the horror stories. I yelled at May Lynn the other day because I came in and the first thing she told me about was the kid who got eaten by the alligator, and I was like, really? On a Monday morning? You think that's how I want to start my day, with that image? I don't read the newspaper in the morning. Anything that's that important, I'll hear about. So I really try never to watch the news, no joke, never. And you'll hear about it if you need to hear about it. People are like, da, 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 da. But I try to stay away from all of that.
That was me. That was me.
That's your. Posture checks. When you're getting dressed in the morning, look at your posture in the mirror. If you're like this, oh God, time to get in for an adjustment. Okay, but always be aware of that. Look for things like that. Motivational books, you choose what to surround yourself with. You choose what to read. You choose what to listen to. If you're driving in the car and you've got, you're going to hit traffic, instead of getting all bummed out about it, have some great things to listen to that can uplift you. And you go, oh, good traffic. I get to get my mood up and, start my day in a good way. Driving exercises, again, if you're in traffic, bring your head back. Push it back into the headrest so that you're making good use of the time. Okay, so that we're going away from this posture and going back to that posture. Good.
6.
Nice.
Some of them were nice. Adequate rest. If you have trouble sleeping at night, make sure you're trying to get in some naps during the day. Ways to sleep a little better. There are some supplements out there. Getting adjusted certainly helps that. But if you're overtired, your body's just not going to function well. You're more likely to have diseases. So again, you got to put in time for naps if you can't make it through the night for whatever reason. But try going to bed a little bit earlier. Try staying in bed a little later. Whatever it takes, it's important. Okay?
Also, especially, you notice it with this, is that a lot of these things come together. You were saying the media fasts. I was just having a conversation about how if you're looking at your phone right before you go to bed, it's blocking melatonin, whatever it is, and it's stopping you from getting a good night's sleep because you've been on your phone. So also we see later on we'll talk about exercise, and if you exercise during the day, you sleep better at night. All these different things relate to each other, and hopefully when you work on one area, it'll umbrella out and help you work on all the other areas. Ready?
5.
5. Drink plenty of water. I'm going to go over this one quickly. Americans are chronically dehydrated. We're not getting enough water. The formula is not 6 glasses a day or 8 glasses a day. The formula is half your body weight in ounces. Not everybody requires the same amount of water because we're different sizes. So if you're 200 pounds, you have to drink 100 ounces of water a day. It's that easy. If you can't drink 100 ounces of water a day, just try to get closer to it. and that alone will increase your energy levels. I've been on a lemon water kick. I can't stand plain water, it's just not my thing. I add lemon to it, and I'm drinking it all day long, and I love it. My energy's going up. It's awesome. It's good for your skin, it's good for your energy, it's good to help you sleep at night. Try not to drink all your water right before you go to bed, so you'll get up to pee. So like Shira said, it's all related.
I wasn't thinking exactly like that, but you know, works. Okay.
4.
Improve your nutrition. Please, please, please try to get to some of our nutrition workshops.
Those are great. I always leave. I was telling my mother, whenever I take certain times I work here seasonally a lot, and whenever I'm here, I go home and I'm like, gluten-free, let's do this. Or I go home and I was like, okay, no sugar. Every single time I'm just like inspired to eat better. It's just, I love those workshops.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you know, the basic gist of all of the nutrition workshops is watch your dairy intake, avoid it as much as possible. Watch your wheat intake, avoid it as much as possible, and watch your sugar intake. Your way to start to do those things isn't to start removing things from your diet, but adding in more healthy things like fresh fruits and vegetables. So we get into a lot of that, and that's a great workshop that you definitely don't want to miss out on. Okay?
Can I ask a question there?
Yeah.
I know we
You screwed
know.
everybody up.
No, okay, it's okay. It's good. We'll give each other everybody.
I mean, it's great to have a vitamin supplement every day. When do I need vitamins?
That is an excellent question. So, you know, for a long time, I was under the impression that you're going to get, if you eat a good diet, you're going to get a lot of your vitamin needs from the foods. But because the foods these days are not really nutrient enriched anymore, I do believe in vitamins now. A multivitamin is great. Me personally, every day I take my probiotics. I never miss out on that because there's like really no source in our food for getting that. Our omega-3s are important. It's challenging to get that in our food sources. And vitamin C's are pretty important. That I'd like to see you get from oranges, but if you're not eating, you know, oranges, then you can certainly take a supplement in that. But you know, if you have specific questions about that, definitely talk to me and we'll go over what it is that your needs are. Okay?
Okay, guys. Second chances. Okay.
3.
Exercise and massage. There is no way you're going to maximize your care here without learning some exercises. Starting next month, or every other week, we're doing an exercise workshop. It is vital. You will get nowhere without exercise, I promise you. People ask me about massage all the time. Can I do massage? Absolutely. It feels great. It's wonderful. It gets everything circulating. It works on the muscles. There's nothing wrong with getting massages. So if you have a question about that, massage does not take the place of an adjustment. It doesn't add motion to the spine, but it certainly relaxes the muscles that support the spine. Okay?
Yeah. Last week we spoke a lot about the muscles in the spine. If your muscles are tight, it's pulling the spine in different directions.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the massage and the. Yeah. Ready?
2.
Use our experience. Please always ask us questions. Time is how long do you need to care for your spine, and the simple answer is when you're done brushing your teeth. Okay? Frequency is how often. We will always monitor your frequency. Sometimes we say, okay, you're ready to go down to 3 times a week. Sometimes we try that. We say, you're not quite ready for that frequency. Let's up it a little bit. But we're always monitoring it based on your progress exams, how well your body's moving, how you're responding to the adjustments. And intensity is, again, coming to the workshops, learning as much as you can while you're here, every time you're here.
Ready?
1.
1, knowledge is power. The more you know, the less you will depend on any doctor. You have to become your own advocate. And the most important thing is that your spine is your backbone. That's the basis of your health. Without that, you could do all the other 10 things, 9 things, but if you don't have that motion in your spine, your body will degenerate prematurely. So, let's go through them really quickly. The first one, subluxations. You have no numbers, so nobody panic. But subluxations are when the bone is out of alignment, it's stuck there. It's stuck there is a key phrase, because when it's stuck there and there's no motion, it can degenerate. If there's motion, it can't. We want to keep every segment moving. You can keep going. When it's not moving, you're putting pressure on nerves. 60% of that nerve has to be shut off before you feel it, which means you can be walking around with 59% for decades, and your organs are starting to rot and decay. So not only does that happen, but then the discs wear out because you've got constant continuous pressure on the discs. So your medical doctor will call that arthritis. I don't care what you call it. I want to know what caused it and what needs to be done to correct it. And the only thing you could do is add motion back into it. And there's so many things, you can keep going, that we do all the time that cause subluxations, from poor postures to accidents, slips and falls. You know, you name it. It takes just the smallest impact on our spine. We can trip and miss a step and get subluxated. We can get mad at somebody and get subluxated. You know, all these things do it every day, day in and day out. So, depending on where we're subluxated, it's going to affect a different organ in our body. There's a 100% correlation between a spinal segment and the organ that it innervates. Upon autopsy, you can see that a diseased organ will have a subluxation at that level. Henry Windsor did that study. So that's an important study to look at because we know that subluxation causes problems in our organs. The nervous system is what we're really looking to protect. The nervous system is the brain, the spinal cord, and the spinal nerves. Chiropractors are making sure that your brain's communicating with your body without any interference. That's our job. We're not looking to take away your headaches or your back pain or your leg pain or your neck pain. We're looking to make sure that your spine is as healthy as possible so your body has that uninterrupted communication always. That's basically what I just said. We don't treat any form of illness. You know, people say, oh, you have headaches, you have to see my chiropractor. Yeah, that's true, but not so I can treat the headache, but again, so I can add motion to the spine so the body can heal. See, pain comes on when your body doesn't function correctly. As your body starts functioning better, pain goes away. So if your medical doctor says, oh, let's just take a pill, let's take a muscle relaxer, that doesn't clear up the subluxation. That just shuts down the pain and your body continues to degenerate. The more motion we put into the spine, the better your body will heal. Okay? So when you're subluxated, think of this. It's like having a dimmer switch on a light, turning it halfway down. Are you getting full expression now? Everybody shake their no. You're not. So when you get adjusted and you turn it on again, your body can heal. But like we said, it takes time. It is a process. Just like childbirth. Some people will say, you know, I'd rather do this in 3 months than 9 months. Sorry, it's a process. It takes time. And so it is getting adjusted. Okay?
I love the quotes.
That's a great quote. So, the patient should be made to understand that he or she must take charge of his own life. Don't take your body to the doctor as if you were a repair shop. That's why we need your help. That's why there's at least 10 ways that you can help us to help you. And I'm telling you right now, the patients that don't get better are the ones that don't come to workshops. They don't learn these things. They don't do their exercises. They don't continue their wedge when they're at home. They just don't follow what we're recommending. We're recommending what we're recommending because we've been doing it between the two of us. Dr. Howard's 30-something years into it. I'm 20-something years into it. It's over 50 years of experience between us. We've seen a lot of patients, and we know what works. And we're still here because it works. And our practice is so busy because it works. But you gotta get on board with us and do what we say. Okay? Now, do we know what next week's workshop is?
Tools for your health chest.
Is it?
Tools for your health chest.
Tools for your health chest. Okay, so tools for your health chest is basically that. Things that I recommend that everybody has on hand. One of the things we're going to talk about is probiotics or supplements. You know, the supplements that I really think are necessary as opposed to the ones that I don't. Where to get them, how to read about it, you know, all that stuff. We talk about the proper pillows, the proper lumbar supports, all the things that you need to stay healthy. okay?
Easy things.
Really easy things, but all the things that are, you know, you could see that the products that we don't carry a lot of products. I only carry the products that I truly believe in, that will make a difference, that aren't gonna break the bank, okay? Don't forget about our contest. Still refer people in, bring guests to workshops, spread the knowledge. Again, we do this because we want everybody to know how to be healthy. We don't want you just to take the knowledge and keep it to yourself. Share it. Share these papers that we gave you.
We have more
Invite
if you
people
want.
in to come see your adjustment. Invite them to get checked. If you want me to call anybody, you know, that has questions, I'd be more than happy to. So please take advantage of the contest so we can have fun while we're spreading the word about chiropractic and health. Okay? Thank you so much, Shira. All right, have a great